And welcome once again to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing well. So I just wanted to share with you some of the high probability synthetic indices pairs or synthetic indices are setups that we're having for this entire week. So we are currently in some positions already. We're currently in some positions on volatility 75. We're currently in buys. We have expected pullback before continuation upward. We're currently in buys. So I'm not going to talk about that. Step index. We also took some sales yesterday, and we're still in sales now. Even now, we're still in sales. So these ones are two trades that we're in already. So I can't talk about that now. I can talk about that. We are in trades already. So another trade that we took is Crash 500. We're currently in sales. Currently in sales. We took sales there. We can talk about that now. So I'm gonna talk about the high probability setups that I'm currently seeing now. Where am I seeing them? Where am I seeing the high probability setup? Where am I seeing the high probability setup? So your ability to identify where a high probability setup is currently. What is a high probability setup? Someone might ask that question. What is a high probability setup? So a high probability setup is a setup or an entry point whereby you know that maybe it's a swing entry point zone. For example, in this particular case, this is the swing entry point zone that I'm currently seeing for now on volatility 751S, right? There's a current swing. What do you call this? This is a swing selling zone that I'm currently seeing now here on VIX 751S there, right? So how did I manage to come up with that swing zone? So let's just do a real quick analysis. A quick analysis for those ones that are not part of my free groups. This video is specifically for people who are not part of my free groups or people who don't have time to attend our daily live TikTok sessions that we have every day on TikTok, where we do all these breakdowns. So, what did I see? What am I seeing? And what am I expecting? What did I see? What am I seeing? And what am I expecting? So, this is going to be a swing trade that we're going to hold for so many days. That's the first disclaimer. That's the first point. So, yeah, that was a high, that was a low. We broke that high, we established a high, right? After that swing high, we came all the way and established a higher low in the discount region there, right? After establishing a higher low, now I'm anticipating the market to continue going up higher and break there, right? But in order for it to continue going up higher there, it had to break this internal bearish order flow. This internal bearish order flow going down, the market had to break it all the way to the upside there, right? The market had to break it all the way to the upside. The market had to break it all the way to the upside. So where did it manage to break that bearish order flow? It managed to break it here. So after breaking that bearish order flow like that, breaking bearish order flow, just to come and collect liquidity before it goes now all the way to the upside. So the swing entry now is going to be a swing sell coming down, as well as the swing buy going up. So the current entry will be swing sell coming down. So this was the confirmation of breaking bearish order flow into bullish order flow. So after that happens, the market must come and collect this generated liquidity, which you can see here, by coming into the discount region here, around those levels down. So in order for it to also come down now, it also has to shift that bullish movement up, that bullish order flow up. It also has to shift it to bearish before it comes down, which actually shifted where? It shifted here by that character here. It's the one that shifted this bullish order flow into bearish order flow, right? So there, after shifting from bullish order flow to bearish order flow, it also had to come into the premium zone in order to sell. So this is what it just did there. It's simply coming back into the premium zone in order to facilitate the sell down here. Where is our swing entry now? Our swing entry is there on that daily supply zone or daily order block, which is this one. Not this big one, but this one that I just drew now. There. So that's where we're going to enter. First target is this one. Next major target is that one. So it's going to be a very huge swing trade. That's why I'm calling it a high probability entry. Why am I calling it a high probability entry? Because of where it is. Was this market maybe around here, maybe around here? So this zone as well is going to be a high probability entry zone. Same as this zone is going to be a high probability entry zone. So we're going to hold those swing trades for a very long time. We're going to hold those. So your ability to identify the pair, your ability to identify the pair that is currently giving you a high probability setup, and that high probability setup is coming from a swing level like that. Your ability to identify your ability to identify a pair that is giving you a high probability setup and also a high probability setup at a swing level like that. Your ability to identify that pair and to separate that pair from the majority of the pairs, and your ability to focus your trading or to focus your trades on that particular opportunity for that particular moment. It's very key. It's very key. Most people, they don't have that ability. Most people, they don't have that ability. The ability to distribute their investment or their trading capital to opportunities of high probability. When you focus on opportunities of higher probability, when you distribute your trading capital or your trading equity to opportunities of higher probability each and every single time, you are going to realize consistent profitability each and every single time, which will make your equity and your capital, your trading capital, your trading equity to keep on growing each and every single time, because rarely are you going to experience drawdowns or huge drawdowns in the market, right? Rarely are you going to experience huge drawdowns that might affect your equity or your balance on the market, because you're focusing on high probability entry setups. When you focus on high probability entry setups, it means your odds of success are always going to be greater. Your odds of success are always going to be greater than the majority trader and the rest of the traders that are out there who are not aware of this law of high probability. The law of high probability says the more you focus on high probability setups or setups that are in line with high probability zones, which are your swing zones like that, the lesser are your chances of encountering unnecessary losses or unnecessary drawdowns on the market, and the higher your chances of your equity growing more and more and more and more each and every single time. So this is one of the major swing setup that I'm looking forward to on Volatility 751S. Obviously, the entry are going to get it on lower time frames. We're just waiting for the market to tap into that region. Then lower time frames, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour. All we want is a shift in bullish order flow, because right now going up, it was creating this bullish order flow. So all we want is a shift in that. So we are going to take our first entry will be upon the rejection. Then our next entry will be upon the shift in bullish order flow to bearish order flow. That's going to be the next confirmed entries. So, but basically the holding, we're going to hold all the way down. So this is one of the high probability setups that I'm looking forward for this week. Let me also show you some of the high probability entries that I'm looking forward to in the next coming days for the volatility what do you call this, for the volatility 75 index. Well, 75 index, it's also forming a similar setup to volatility 75 1x. Why am I calling it a similar setup? Because it's just a similar structure. It's a similar structure. It's a similar structure. It's a similar structure. Why is it a similar structure? It's a similar structure in this way. We changed character there. The same thing that you saw whereby where the low like that, where the high there. Now we have a low. We broke that high. We now have a higher high. So us having a higher high like that, we now need a higher low, of which this higher low already on V751S, it has happened already, this higher low. This higher low on V751S, it has happened already. If you go back to V751S, you'll see the same setup. The same setup that you're seeing on V75, you'll see the same setup on V751S. Let me go back to V751S so that you see what I'm talking about. Here, this is the change of character that you saw on V75. This is actually the change of character that you saw on VIX75. Change of character that you saw. This was the high there, low there. That's the higher high. So after the higher high, what did you see? We saw a drop into the discount region to create a what? To create a higher low. To create a higher low. So once it is created a higher low, it now has to go up now. It now has to go up now. But to go up, it had to shift this bearish order flow like this. Shift bearish order flow like this. This is a change of character again. Shift bearish order flow. Shift also this bullish order flow into bearish in order for it to facilitate the sales down. So which is almost the same scenario that is happening on VIX now, whereby we shifted bearish into bullish like this here. Then we shifted this bullish into bearish here. So after shifting bullish order flow into bearish order flow here. We now have to pull back in order to facilitate those sales, which is what is currently now. So now VIX is currently, VIX 75 is currently around this zone. So it's currently going up now. So after it has reached there, it will also drop into this zone before a continuation up. So you will discover that the algorithm that is governing these pairs is almost one and the same thing. Algorithm that is governing this pairs is almost one and the same thing. The only thing that you need is patience, patience to wait for the high probability zone, patience to properly wait for the high probability zone, and also your ability. You see now, the the, the change of credit that I'm talking to the downside on VIX 75. The change of credit that I'm talking to the downside is this one, right? So after this one has happened, we now have to pull back into a premium zone before a continuation down. Here it tried to pull back, left an adjustment there. It left an adjustment here, so it can still push all the way up, right? It can still push all the way up back into this region. It can still push all the way up back into that region before dropping, right? So that can be the current trades for now, pushing up into that zone before dropping down. Pushing up into that zone before dropping down. So I won't talk much about this because we're currently in trades. I can't talk much about that for now because we're currently in trade already. Same as step index, we're also in trades already. So I analyzed already with the team. So no need for me to keep on analyzing. If you are not in the groups, make sure that you are in the group. So here, step index is also presenting us with the same thing now, whereby you can see this is a major change of character to the left side. Change of character to the left side. Change of character to the left side there. That's a change of character to the left side, right? But that's a lower high there. Major lower high, major lower low. Internal change of character there. Internal change of character, it gave us this pullback. So now we are back at this low. We're anticipating buys. These buys, we're anticipating them. If ever they are going to continue with this bearish order flow, because if you notice this internal structure where we have a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high there, lower low there, lower high. So if ever they're going to continue with this bearish order flow, there's a high chance that they might come at this premium zone there, premium zone where there's a supply there. If they want to continue selling, they can actually sell better from there. So they can come there and sell from there. So meanwhile, we can actually have some major buying opportunities. So step index is also somewhere around the major zone of a high probability zone, which is where we are expecting some push to the upside. So if it goes here and drops, it will still be fine because we have made money with this pull back to the upside. But if it goes now and establishes this internal change of character, it means now we are definitely now going up. So it's also at a high probability zone. It's also at a high probability zone. So now going down to 4 hour, I want to see, is it the right time to buy now, or there's something that is still happening, or something that must still happen in order for us to facilitate those buys. So in order to facilitate those buys that we want to the upside, in order to facilitate those buys that want to the upside, this market had to shift this bearish internal order flow into bullish. Where did it shift? It shifted here. So after it shifts there, what we are now expecting and what we are now waiting for on step index is what is a pullback into the discount region. Pull back into discount, then we fly up. Pull back into discount, then we fly up. So the accurate entry, I actually saw it on 1 hour time frame, the accurate entry zone or the accurate entry point that we are waiting for the major zone is this one. That's the accurate entry that I'm waiting for on step index. That's the accurate entry that I'm waiting for on step index. That's the accurate entry. So here currently, this is just a sub-internal change of character. Sub-internal change of character, maybe to facilitate the what? This pullback that I want before the push up. So this is what is currently happening as well. This is also a high probability entry zone as well. Here at the bottom here. High probability buying zone there at the bottom there. High probability buying zone. So what we are now just waiting for on volatility 751S. Volatility 751S is just for the market to tap into that, into our region. The market to tap into our region. The market to tap into our region, which is this one. That's the region that we are just waiting for. Many people right now, they are not patient. They are busy entering early, which is where most people, they are taken out now. This is where most of people are being taken out. So that's the whole block that I'm waiting for. specifically this supply here. You can see this supply from here to there. That's the supply zone where I'm expecting it to reach, and it can even reach all the way to this order block there. So around those regions as well, that would be a sniper entry from the top there. There's an order block there, and just below the order block, there's an inducement. So it can even push all the way into that order block. So that order block can also be a high probability entry zone. That order block can also be a high probability entry zone. So now it's all a matter of waiting. This trade, you can wait for the whole day. You can wait for the whole day. You can wait for the whole, depending on how fast it goes or it comes into this region. So you just wait for the market to come into the region, go to lower time frames, once you see a rejection, then you enter your initial sales. Your next sales will be after the shift in internal order flow on 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 15 minutes as well. Once you see that internal shift in order flow, that's when you're going to get our next confirmed entries. But basically, now let's wait for the market to tap into the zone. Wait for the market to tap into the zone before the drop. So guys, that is all that I wanted to share in this particular video. If ever you're not part of my free Telegram group as well as my free WhatsApp group where I share updates on trade signals and setups, kindly join through the link in the description below. And I also host live TikTok trading sessions each and every single day, in the morning at 10 a.m., in the evening at 7 p.m. It will also help you in a big way if ever you join us and be part of those sessions, because we share a lot of knowledge, just sharing a lot of value on those sessions. So guys, see you in the next video. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you share the video as much as possible. See you in the next video.